All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. This is Michael Venezia at TradeView Markets, coach at TradeGATEHub. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I just at your expense. I apologize. I am running late. I'm literally dripping out of the shower. Sorry about the graphic, Lewis. All right, listen. The narrative. This is Friday. It's the end of the month, and this is a. They let me just go. Let me start here. Sometimes I sound. Let me log in just like everybody else, and let's go to TradeGATEHub. All right, this is a narrative coming throughout the week, and as I always say, Monday being the most important amount of data. So let me pause this. The YouTube channel, our TradeGATEHub YouTube channel. Okay, it's a narrative, as I said. Go back for Monday, Tuesday. Coach and I are on Tuesday. Go back Wednesday. I think I was off Thursday, and today obviously being Friday. Okay, so we're trying to get to the point where all our traders are have professionals in terms of executing a proper plan. Let me use an example. I don't want to be, I don't want anybody here to be that guy that walks into a bar and has like 5 or 6 Heinekens and goes in and plays a couple of games of pool and just gets lucky going shot by shot, like Lewis probably does. Yeah, I know. You have to think Wednesday was the Fed day and they ran the market up, whatever it was, 1,100 points. Tuesday, which historically, and everybody should know this, let me go back to TradeGATEHub, is that normally after a Fed day that the market does the opposite or reverses that previous day. And for some time now, that did not happen. The market actually went down a little bit on Thursday, propelled forward, and here we are at the end of the month and up. Here's let me go to the picture on the spies here, if you will. So my point being is not being that bar guy. If you want to play, be a professional pool player. Wednesday, you saw that, plan a couple of shots ahead, or you can even equate the analogy to chess. You have to plan a couple of shots being ahead in order to really get the meat of the market. And for those that are looking to pick a top or a contra trade, I get it. But if everybody knows this, when sentiment gets stretched, it stays stretched in extremes. And I think it is an extreme to a degree. It stays stretched for a lot longer. And as you guys can see, as evidence been stocks like HKD or even stocks like Citicorp or Goldman that keep going up, and Microsoft has been no secret, or stocks like ON Semiconductor. We'll get to some specific trades today, this being specifically Friday, but just don't try to you're going to get hurt trying to time the market, because the bottoms of, I get that from experience, and I'm doing it myself here as well to a degree, but very small. You're going to miss the meat of the trades. The meat of the trades are really made at the end of the run. Believe me, it's not like a stock in an uptrend pops $5 and sits there for the next 2 weeks in an uptrend. With the meat, it pops, it percolates, it keeps going up, and then it's even evidence today in some of these stocks here. Okay, so a bunch of other things to say. So Wednesday we had the Fed day, and evidence in the SPY. This is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. That was Fed day. Okay, then we broke a downtrend. We also broke that 50-day, which everybody knows I use a lot. I use that as a good gauge. I'm not alone either. I didn't make that up. So we did that. We rested. The market came in with the volume, and you had leaders. Microsoft. A couple of other things. Microsoft, was showing a good hand for 3 days in a row. It doesn't matter if it's overbought, because first of all, it went from 250 to 270. Yes, it might need rest there. Same with Amazon after reported about the 200-day, if you will. We got some things going down here. Roblox negative again. Also, what's happening? You know what? Let me get back to specifically today, and I'm going to go back to a more macro view and end it that way, because it is evidenced by my screen here on TradeGATEHub, which I showed this morning. It'll prove my point. I think everybody will agree. Where's my screen this morning? I showed it. Okay, here's my screen this morning. So let me put it over here. You have to blow up the screen a little bit, okay? So what's happening today is this is my core group of stocks that I'm coming into with earnings. And this tells me a couple of things. It's almost like I'm looking at an X-ray. So first of all, you had stocks that were acting poorly, like Qualcomm came in with bad numbers, and it didn't really settle, So when I see Apple up 5 and Amazon down up 15, and yet again I see Meta's still acting weak, and Roku not bouncing. Even Intel was down $4 and probably is a dead cat bounce at best. Is that what tells me is maybe inflation is kind of or the economic situation is a little bit more in the rearview mirror than we might think, because normally if Apple and Amazon would be up a day up 15 and $5, the whole market would be green in a big way, or vice versa. You have Chevron up $10, but yet you have LUV, which was down $3 yesterday, but still is down 34 cents. General Motors had a good day yesterday. So you have Etsy or Chewy. Etsy and Chewy should normally be up whatever 5 or 6% with Apple and Amazon up. And the market is also properly rotating. Run, plug, and ENPH. Been yelling about it. I actually almost literally have a sore throat about saying ENPH so much. One against, I'm not alone. The past, but I wouldn't even the ultimate compliment. I wouldn't even short this thing. Don't fade me. So ENPH has been a best of breed that's been working. So getting back to my points here on my universe is that if the market was truly, you can even call it indecisive at best, and I'll say that. But when the market is starting to price things in accordingly, relative to their proper sector, and I think that is bullish, and I think that is more sign that maybe, we're looking in the rearview mirror, not to be redundant, but maybe I am, that inflation or the economics might be behind this, and numbers and companies that are separating themselves or even acting true to the proper price action. Forget about that. As a trader, a lot of things are working true to price action. AMD, for example, let's go to a daily, acting true to price action. You know what I mean? Acting well as it should. Let me give another one. What else is acting here? Apple. I mean, even if you thought it was buy a rumor and sell the news, it's above all moving averages. And as a technician say, it's curling up. You go to a daily, and the ultimate complement of any stock, if you're going to go long, and let's look at the weekly. So that's first of all, we always said for a long time ago, and once again, we weren't alone, but we still were on the record. Go back to the YouTube pages, that the mega caps will lead and actually do what's happening. But getting back to my point and finally capitalizing on my point, and it's why it's going to, don't try to time the market, because as we see here, it's a stock picker's market. It going to what's happening today. Shop is up, Twitter's up, PayPal, but yet you and Roblox, Nevada, and Nevada's down, AMD is up. So, you know what I mean? What also says the market needs a lot of rest, a little rest, and they're rotating properly. For example, Exxon and Chevron were both up $3 and $10 respectively, but yet again, SU or maybe Slob is only up $3, or I don't even think all the other. What's ConocoPhillips up today? ConocoPhillips not doing anything special. It is up $1.20 or something. So you get my point about what's going on with looking forward. As I say before, if we're not short of ideas, even on the short term, when it comes to trades. Let me go back to TradeGATEHub. Where am I? Oh, here I am at TradeGATEHub. Hold on a second. TradeGATEHub. Nice guidance this week. My cheers. First of all, everybody type some questions out. I'll get them after, so I don't have to wait and waste times afterwards. So, okay, let's get back to TGH here. And one thing, I don't know if it's because I'm a New Yorker, because I wear my heart on my sleeve, or I'm direct. It's not the way you say things. It's not what you say, but how you say it. I still have yet to be punched in the face, thank God. But I just want everybody to get to know themselves and get into a routine. Some of you guys are still in the minors or AAA, whatever you want to call it. I'll call myself a professional, albeit I already know how to do a layup. I know how to make a 10-foot putt. I already know the proper technique to make a 3-pointer. So when it comes game time for like an NBA game, if you will, I'm not worrying about actually my technicals of making a layup. I'm already worried. I'm already thinking about the opening tip and hitting the game-winning shot. You guys really got to know to get to know yourselves a little better. And why? Because I'm giving you all the tools. And like I said, G asked the money, or it was maybe Joba on Wednesday or Thursday. And what I look for when I give you the stocks with the range, good price action, and volume. So let's go to one of the indices that is a market coming in. It's not surprising. It took everybody out at like 10:30, the shorts, and then it pulls back a little. Gold going up, the VIX looking good, but that's only bar chart. All right, so let's go to stocks. Let's go to percent change. This is it. And this is what I do. I write them down. And all the stocks that I wrote down yesterday or posted yesterday were continued today. Was it any secret that run had volume? Was it any secret that what was good yesterday? I don't know, looking at my screen because I'm trying not to be distracted, but I will go to my homework book. Was it any with it EMPH or Chipotle? Was it any secret there? Does Chipotle work? It was up $150 the other day. It followed through. And by the way, when a stock that's up 150, the next day only opens down $6 or $8, that's bullish. If it was down $25, that's bearish. I would have short it down, but it was showing even if the remove it absorbed it. See, I'm just using examples of CMG. I didn't trade it. What was another one, for example? Hilton, Texan, yeah, Texan. Good numbers and keep going. Had time to digest it. It's probably backing a fill. It's a semiconductor going from 140, formerly a best of breed, but it's acting well right here. You know, you want to buy this on a dip. It's above the 200-day. Everything's curling up. I missed it, but it's a sign of more of a macro situation. The GFS, Global Foundry, actually got shaken out of the other day. I don't know why, because it was a laggard, but the market's telling me right now that even the laggers are starting to catch up. So I'll leave it at that one. Intel, VFC, Roku, EW, Amazon. Going back to my book here before I talk, leave it at that. PGY, I've been out of stock on the board for the past, whatever, 3 weeks from 4 to 28. HKD for the active trader from 60 to 60. Where is it now? Breaking high today. It's not going to break high either. If it doesn't break 250, it's not going to break higher. I'm not in it though. Paper trade, 251. Shopify revert, hasn't had a downtick except for today since it capitulated and had those bad numbers. Doesn't look like a lot. We went from 31 to 37. That's still something. Still below what I'm saying, but anything that's starting to report, they're starting to take up. Going back to what I originally said, it's yet to be determined if the best of breeds, which are still holding up, are going to hold up the market while the other laggards come up, or the laggards are the last one to go, and the best, they sell the best of breeds while they're catching up. You know what I mean? I'll expand on that another time. Do you have any questions? Come on, guys. Thanks, Coach, by the way. All right, so getting back to bar chart, I don't want to get off my point. So what has what has good volume? Okay, so Amazon, as of 11:20 Eastern, his average volume is 62 million. It's already done 110% of that is in what, 9:30, 2 hours of trading. Obviously, I'm interested. And it has we'll go to range another time. GOVX. Look at this one. That should be on everybody's watch list. It's a high flyer. There you go. GOVX. Second on but normally does 34 million. And it has, hold on, let me go back to here and see if I'm sharing properly. I am. GOVX. All right. And these have to be on your scanners, your screeners. These are free, but you have to put in the work. If you open up a restaurant, you got to know what people are eating, or else the rest of your inventory is going to go stale and it's going to eat up your margins. This is what's going on here today. GOVX. And probably as of 11 o'clock, it had 100% volume. So right now it's up. By the way, this is the active trader, but it's still been a hot stock. Here's GOVX. You have to keep your eye on it. Once it probably broke the new flag today at 240. Watch what happened when it broke the new high at 245 through the flag. Watch this. 245. It was 245 right here. They took it right up. That's it. All right, so it's an example of what I look at. I look for range, volume, and good price action. That's good price action. Why? On GOVX, this is today the market opening. They ran it. The futures pulled back a little bit, and then yes. Advice always, no, Lewis, you're keeping your style. I get it. I know why you're doing what you're doing. I'm just saying that the way that you got to where you are, in all due respect, was not contra trading. It was going with the flow. Am I wrong? It's a discussion here. We're a democracy. That's all I'm saying. You want to contra trade, or that's fine. I understand that your stock picking is very good. You're in the right areas, but you didn't get to where you are by contra trading. That's all I'm saying. And if it's your style, bravo. I'll help you in any way I can. All right. Let me going back here. I don't only say that, Lewis, because I've done it for years. It's harder money. You know that. All right. TBLT, PBR, Mara, ExxonMobil. I'm short a little bit. Why? All right. Let's be honest. Why'd I short? Might short more here than double topper. All right. It's the end of the month. Everybody wants to be in it. They're all rushing. This is Exxon. I picked it. I did pick it at a specific price for a reason. 97. Oh, this was it back here. No, it wasn't here. Maybe it was a little early, but I am in it. I'm not looking. You know what? I'm looking for Exxon. This is an option day. It's a Friday. I might put a stop 10 cents. So I might even get out of it. But maybe I was just tuning myself. Maybe it was a I don't want to use the word a baby trade, if you will. All right. So this is what we're looking at for Exxon. Do I think it's going to reverse and I pick the top and I'm going to walk away and everybody says good Mike V? No. I think it might go to the mid 95s for the strike price. I think everybody rushed into it. I doesn't think it reversed. I'm not going to cheer. But let's use notes. So I look at also Chevron. If I'm doing that type of trade, I also look at Chevron, what Chevron's doing to the day. Chevron has a similar chart. So, those two are going to go hand in hand. It tells me that it's really market related at this point. Look at what else is going today. So, G, if you get what I'm pointing at, Chevron run, that's no surprise, right? I've been in that one. Fizzler, that's been D-Dog. I took my eye off D-Dog. I was along with D-Dog for a while, never went. Still never went. Okay, this is what Gerard asked. I'll go to see. That's an advanced question, and I'm not one to placate. Gerard, do we see a turning point from tech stocks and oils now? You know what? That's the fair question. It's going to have to dictate it on the price action. If I really thought that would be the situation, and even if I would be wrong, I would start liquidating some tech stocks and I don't know, but that would be the general question. Those would be the two that would go hand in hand, along with the banking sector. So it's yet to be determined. I mean, that justifies a little bit long of a term of opinion. Personally, for me and for the room, I think they're giving enough movement and action to play with on an intraday basis without having to be brave yet. Right now, the stocks are having big ranges, as you see in volume. So it's yet to be determined. I applaud your question, and quite honestly, I'm not shy, and usually I don't know yet, but that's fair. That's a fair question. Conversely, let's look what's going down on the. Let's look at decliners for the day. So this is bar chart. You go to declines. This is today's decliners. So what has the biggest decliners with over Intel, Roku, BABA, BHC, and TT, all stocks we've talked about in the room this morning. So getting back to one of the points I said a long time ago, please, we're always going to lead you to where things are. It's not, again, a lot of people use this, but Intel, Roku, BABA, TTD, BTU, these are all EW even. All stocks we've mentioned this morning in the room or even verbally many times. So getting back, and I'll leave it at this if you will, because I will be back in the room, or at least I'll try to be. But I think most of the moves have been made. Monday's going to be more critical. Pick your style. Learn what's good for you. And you're going to learn over time. I'm not telling you to pick my style. I don't have the perfect golf swing. I don't have the perfect style. You really got to know what works best for you and when you're best and when you're not. And unfortunately, it's going to take some time or putting a little bit more real money to work, because you're going to feel it. You know what I mean? You might root for your favorite team, but if you're in the game, you probably even feel it physically. Sometimes I feel it physically. VFC had numbers. I sold that this morning at $47. I didn't get stubborn. That was a retailer. Look at the VFC. So listen, VFC, what are they? Tommy Hilfiger and all those things. VFC, I believe, it's a retail. It does a lot of business. That'll tell you that the retail sector is still weak in a sector, in a point. So, Gerard, I hope I kind of cleared the question out of what it is. Bar charts, one I use. You can also go to this one. Stock scanner, I used 1,000 times. So let's break up high and relative value. You should already know about. Let's look at thank you, coach. Let's look at moving up now. So whatever is it, 1125. Let's look at moving up at 1126. 3M, SO, Campbell Soup, FCX, and Kellogg. That's inflationary to me. So that's not good. I bet you when I go to down movement, it's going to be technology. So let's look to moving down now. Now I go to time. UPS, Caterpillar, GFS, Caesars, Dow. They're rotating. IDEX, CSX, ON. That was good yesterday. Ford, Delta, AMAT, That means I should cover some Exxon. So what does that tell me? So when I see this, this is what I do. I go here. Boom. I'm short a little Exxon. Exxon's 96.10. It's going down. Not doing anything. If it breaks the 95, 90, people see the 95. You know what I mean? Whatever. Let's look at Amazon now. Amazon, you don't want it to kind of break the open here. 135, but it's a 135 strike. I don't think anybody's going to. Now it's up to you to see if the numbers were real, or if it's a short squeeze or whatever. If they sell it off precipitously, which I don't think is going to happen, anybody that sells it off at this level for long term is probably taking profits. And there's a 130 gap, and Amazon made its move, and it's more of a range trade for me from now on. So let me see what the Weisenheimers, the wise guys, as Ralph Cramden would say. EXK, coaches in silver noted 290 breakaway gap. Coach, let's go to what's going on now. Okay. XLE up another 3%, followed by consumer discretionary. SPY bearish, Soxel bullish, EW bullish. We're in that. Soxel started seeing some of those bullish position rolls, so they're still liking the semis. Soxel, here's what I'm looking at. Cup and handle. It doesn't look like a lot, but the stock went from 10 to up to 18. Gotta like it. I wouldn't short it. Boom. ON bullish. ON Semiconductor. How you like yourself? ON. My God, look at ON. That's incredible. ON Semiconductor. It's incredible. ON Semiconductor. HP update. A band of bear sweepers and select names, because there's a lot of weakness, probably in Roku. A lot of rolling, yields continue to move lower, financial conditions remain a non-factor. That's what I said. I believe that it's an opinion that maybe inflation or that maybe it's just a slight, there's proper rotation, and if to remove there should be, with or without an inflationary problem. But it's just remain flow is a non-factor, starting to be conspiracy. No, I got you. It wasn't a conspiracy theorist. My Twitter feed, get into it. Getty calls. That was the hot stock this morning. It's trying to squeeze more in Getty. HKD, did my paper trade short work? HKD, here's my paper trade, 251, right? Lewis, you heard it. It's on record. Right above the 250. I showed the HKD right here above the double popper. It's 230. 20 points. Bear market rallies give you more entries. Amazon bullish. Listen, guys, you know what I mean? The Friday afternoon, take some time, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? It's more about pivots and everything at this point. Let me go to TGH. Any more questions from the crew? EXK. Coaches in the gold stock. EXK. I like this. You know what? I love that symbol. I love the symbol EXK. Sounds good. Yeah, I see it. This is what the coach is looking at. Wouldn't talk him off the trade. Wouldn't talk him off the trade. Broke the downtrend above the 50-day curling up. Now we go, what else is? Let's look at SIIV. Same thing. Let's look at SCC. That's a little bit more copper. Let's look at AGQ, the triple ETF. Giddy up. There's AGQ, the triple ETF on silver. From 20 to 24, rolling up. Go to the weekly, an ultimate complement. AGQ silver. But coach is going for stocks. What about the EXK? I like that one. Yeah. Pairs. Some pairs. All right. Good eye, coach. Anybody have any questions? Hope you had a good week. What are they doing now? Futures on a bouncy bounce. Apple, Fizzler coming in a little bit. XBI week, Siga coming. You know what the one is? The silent but deadly one. Tesla. How do you not like this thing? You want to talk about relative strength, not even overbought at the 77 level. Boy, Tesla. All right. A little future bounce in the futures. All in NEM. Okay. Lewis likes NEM. And like I said, I'm not going to talk him off it because I was in it too. I punted, not going to lie. There's the weekly on NEM. At least he's going off the best of breeds. And listen, this is the chart on NEM going back to, whoa, we got to go back to October 17th. Not a good compliment on where you want to buy something. But that is where it peaked in October. So You know what? 46.03. I wouldn't talk you out of it, Lewis. You know what I mean? I get it. I wouldn't be looking for 90. You know, maybe get back in the high 50s or something at best, but this is the spot. Probably right. It's a decent spot. Whatever, you know what I mean? It's not good. It's listen, like I said, you didn't get the way Apple. Here we come. Little weakness in Apple from 164 to 160. Where's the Amazon? I said, and the Gap still not doing much. Bisler coming in, EMPH was up, what, 287. They took profits on EMPH at 287. Bravo, nice trades. Big respect, Joe. You want to listen, you're with us too. Give us in Citicorp negative. You give us incentive to want to be a better trader. The better traders are in here, the better I got to do. The better everyone else does. Trust me. UCO went to the Gap, not interested. Where's Chevron? Chevron is not even near the low, near the high. Not doing anything. It's out. Matter of fact, I'm going to cover the Exxon. I don't even want it. I'll cover half of it. I'll put a stop in. Roblox coming in now, right after I chirped about it. The Riven was weak in the morning and I couldn't understand it. They squeezed it. Now it doesn't look so good. I did sell. Siga. All right. Microsoft. Here we go. Now, when I see stocks like doing this, this is what I do right away. I go boom. Screen share. Boom. Stocks. Where is it? Stocks moving down now. Then I go to time. It's 11:30. And you can see that the percentage of volume. So 3M, XPEV, PM, nothing really. So let's go to most active now. Aussie monthly reversal. We're getting sexy in here. We're talking about the Aussie. We're talking about silver. We're talking about Apple. Very good. Recovering. Let's look at recovering. This is Lewis's favorite one. Now look at this one. It's a nice little thing. It says recent 52-week low, healthcare, relative volume. So SNTI. What is this thing with 123%? All right. So at least it's an idea. Look at SNTI. It may not be a barn burner, but these type of ideas will lead to something. All right. I get it. Stock was once 10. Now it's 2. Wouldn't touch it, but it's active. Whatever. Next. What else? X. Lewis loves Crocs. I sold 80% of it this morning. But why did I sell Crocs this morning? I like it. I'm going to buy more in a pullback. Here's the weekly. Thought it was good. It was a 200-day. I had a nice move, and everybody knows I like the Crocs. Cup and handle. I'm buying more in a pullback. Took some profits. Nobody ever went broke taking a profit. I'm in. Okay, what else do we do? X acting well into the sell-off, not positive for the family. Plug. See that plug? Dog. That's what happens when you have the worst of breed. You want to buy a solar, or if you will, a fuel cell, whatever they call it, fuel cell. That's what happens when you're a plug, as opposed to stocks like CSIQ, which are above the moving averages, and run another one. Short, USPI, 138. Coach is getting active. I getting it on here. Coach is firing where he trades. That's a key. They rang the bell. Any other questions, guys? Listen, go back and review the week. Do some of the homework. I'm going to post. Anybody has any TBLT breaking on? Anybody has some suggestions on data that they don't care for, what they want me to expand upon, please ask. I don't think I have to apologize for all I do. What we do. Coach Joba, short to DXI. Get in there, Job. Get in there. Short to DXY. I like it. Let's look at TLT's doing. I don't blame you. EBT. Let's look at the GLD. And Lewis is going in NEM here. Gold, Newmont. Lewis, you might want Newmont under 45 today. Under Chevron, what is that doing? What's moving now? Am I showing you right there? Okay, let me go to Twitter feed. If I'm going overboard, everybody can hang up. Have a nice day. I'm filing. Okay, CNBC special video, Meta, Dow Chemical. And you know what I did? I actually made a nice trade on the CC this morning. Stalking nicely. See, Joe, he knew it was stalking leak. He got the pictures. Stacking nicely. I thought he said stalking nicely. Even so, it was a. There you go. Here's my man. Brilliant trader. This is an exclamation point on the sign off. Number one rule all year in every bear market is with tech capitalists. You can allocate in size when the bull market returns. Exxon bearish, 34 minutes. Where's my Exxon? Under 95, 96. I'm out of it. All right, guys. Any other questions? I'll leave it at that. Trade well, have a plan. You know what I mean? He's been good, Joba. Financial conditions easing a bit. You know what, guys? Google put Zillow look good to me. Google bearish. Qs are bearish. AMD. Did AMD give it back up any? No. AMD, a little pullback, big deal. AMD ran freaking 20 points and it's giving back $1. Have a nice day. Lewis is all. Lewis, what was that? Thank you, guys. Lewis, I saw an NEM thing. Was that old? Etsy, see, Etsy and Chewy. Look at Etsy and Chewy. They shouldn't be down with Amazon up like this. A little pullback today. Roblox, TTD. Good trader today. Good volume, good trader. Nice range, good price action and volume. All right, guys. My analysis. It is. Coach has been good. All right, guys, listen, do yourself a favor. Go back and watch a couple of videos this week. End with this one today. Come back all fired up on Monday, if not after lunch. All right. Thanks, everyone. Cheers. You too, Joba. G.